Time for an exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today is the 8th of January 2016, and we got a teeny weeny little itty bitty show. Now, we had talked about whether or not we were going to do a show this week at all, depending on what would come out. There's been one kit release, and this is a new tool, so went ahead and decided to do a real quick video for this week. I know a lot of you are probably waiting for the January compilation video. That'll be coming out as well this weekend. Just need to encode it and get it up on YouTube. It was a matter of just a really, really hectic week at work. Started a new job on Monday, which some people may remember, and 58 hours later, Friday had come around, and mainly also waiting to see what round 2 was going to do as far as our January releases go, because I had information on one kit, and that turns out to be, as of right now, what they're claiming they're going to do. So like I said, that'll be out this weekend as well. So what do we have this week? Well, like I said, we have one brand new kit that was issued this week, and I guess just a little bit of extemporaneous news in that sort of way. Studio 27 has not done their official run sheet for the month yet, but I have seen parts of it. And what it looks like right now is they're going to be reissuing pretty much all of the various kit-specific upgrade sets for both the Alfa Romeo 155 Ti V6 Tamiya kit and the BMW 318i racing kit from Hasegawa. They're also going to be reissuing pretty much all of those decal sets, both the spare decals that go to the resin kit conversion for the Alfa, as well as the complete, what they call the complete parts pack, which has the decals and just the photo etch stuff, as well as just the decals themselves. So had you missed any of those decals on their first go-around towards the end of last year, hey, good time for you to go pick those things up. For those of us who, like me, had already picked those things up, it's a waste of a month. Like I said, see what the official run sheet's going to be, because it can't just be that stuff. There has to be more than that on the list. And usually there's sort of a bi-level layer to way Studio 27 does things. They'll release a whole bunch of stuff at the very beginning of the month, and then they'll do a little bit of stuff at the very end of the month. So don't know what that second half of January is going to be yet. So as it stands, that's what's there. So the new kit, something that I know a lot of vintage rally fans have been waiting for. It's not that vintage kit. It is rather the new B-Max kit, and that is the 1985 Safari Rally winner Toyota T8064 Celica. This kit, from looking at the instructions, from looking at the parts, they've done a lot of build-ups. B-Max is very active on social media. This looks like a really, really nice kit, especially for the buy-in point of being a little less than $30, getting it straight from Japan itself. It is a completely brand new tooling. It does not share any parts with anything else. Aoshima has their logo stuck here because they're their worldwide distributor, but this is a B-Max kit. It is curbside, however, mostly probably due to the fact that on the real car, there is a rather large skid plate that covers the bottom of the whole engine, and therefore the engine sort of disappears. I know for a lot of U.S. builders, they wouldn't care. They'd rather have the engine anyway. This is not one of the kits I have any intentions of getting, just because of, it's sort of outside the genre. I know for the people who watch the show a lot, watch the channel a lot, I have a few rally cars here and there, but I don't really build rally cars as a thing, so to speak. So this is, very cool, and I hope it does well, because B-Max is putting out some really interesting stuff, and I'm very interested in their continued success from the standpoint of getting new stuff that nobody has done before. However, I'm not going to be buying one just because it's just that little one step removed from where my build thing is, and I don't think I'd ever build it. Or if I did build it, I wouldn't do it justice, because I'm not particularly interested in it. If you just sort of crash in the background, cats went running everywhere, so I don't know what just fell, but it wasn't anything on my side of the room, so, oh well. I really don't care, because it's not my stuff. Like I said, it's brand new. It's molded in white. You do have to paint the red separately. Those are not decals. It is a two-tone masking job. There is also a separate, and this is came out the same day, a detail up part set that is factory from B-Max. This is going to include seatbelt material, and there are actually 2 fronts of photo etch. It doesn't really show real well in this picture unless you look closely. You'll notice that the middle of it is a separate sheet than the larger sheet that's behind it. And this is a very, very comprehensive photo etch set. It includes quite a bit of grills, the wipers, brake rotors, the normal stuff like that, but it has a lot of very, sheet metal interior parts. There's a lot of fasteners, of course, all the seatbelt hardware, and it just has a lot of stuff that you really wouldn't think of that replaces a lot of kit parts. So one thing we've talked about before on these B-Max kits, when we talked about like the other Celica rally car they've done, as well as, of course, the Chevy Cruze, that the detail upsets have a lot of parts in the detail upsets. They're really quite comprehensive for the price, especially since they're usually about $12 to $14. But they just basically, for the most part, replace kit parts. So you can build the kit, just fine without it. It just adds that little bit more realism of the parts being more in scale as far as, depth is not really, thickness and things like that. Obviously, a real metal grill is going to look a little more, in scale, so long as it's done correctly, than the plastic part that it's going to be molded shut and stuff like that. And guys, that's really all we got to talk about. The February Spot Round stuff hasn't come out. It'll probably come out this week coming, so this week's show will be a little more interesting. But that's all that came out. There were no reissues. Japan, of course, was closed until Tuesday of this week, which was, the 5th, so it was only like 3 business days as it was. And, it is what it is. So, anyway, we're going to cut it short. Really, that's like 7 minutes long. Enjoy that brief video. So, anyway, stay tuned for the January compilation video, and we'll see you guys on the other side.